What's up, my dudes? So today we're gonna go get some topsoil, some seed. We're going to be reseeding the two side fence line patches. They haven't been topsoiled in a while, and you can see some of the grass is kind of not really thriving in some areas. So we're gonna get some topsoil. We're gonna do the whole process for you guys. Hopefully we'll see some better results on the side patches on the fence line. Now, the reason why I'm doing this today and I'm such in a rush to do it, it's gonna rain for like the next 4 or 5 days. So it's gonna be the best thing for it. Pretty much free water. And I'm gonna use that peat moss to make sure that none of the seed washes away. So it'll be good. I'm gonna go take my dad with me. He's gonna help me get all the products. We're gonna go to the store again. It's gonna be a blast, so stay tuned. What is up, my dudes? This is YardBrah, and you're tuning in to another segment of my lawn. We are going to be overseeding and leveling the two side strips on the fence line. During this entire lawn process, I have neglected these poor fence line side strips. Usually people just have their doggos urinate, poop everywhere on the side strip, so I kind of just neglected them. It's not really level, it's super bouncy when I'm mowing it. I overseeded like half of the fence line, and I didn't soil the other half because I didn't have enough soil. I was just being lazy. Now we're gonna do it right, and here is the process. During pandemic, it's been very hard to just go to one hardware store to pick up all your products for your project. For instance, today I had to go to 3 different hardware stores. The first one only had 3 bags of Scott's lawn soil. They only had 1 bag of the fall mix from Scott's. On to the next hardware store. They had the lawn soil, but they didn't have the fall mix, and they didn't have peat moss. And now we're gonna go try the Big Blue hardware store. See if they got some peat moss. On to the next one. Went to the next hardware store. They luckily had peat moss, low on soil, and they definitely didn't have the fall mix. They did have Scott's Sun and Shade mix, so I picked up just a little bag of that for the bare spots that happen after this stuff germinates. Okay, after that journey, we finally got the products. The thing about it is, it's 5:30 p.m. Sun goes down at 6:30. This is gonna be very rushed, but it proves and shows you that you can knock this out. 600 square feet of grass in less than 2 hours. So the first thing I'm gonna do is mow the side strips to the lowest setting on the Ego, which is a level 1. Let's get it. The next thing I'm gonna do is dethatch and rake. I'm seeing a lot of brown, I'm seeing a lot of grass not thriving. That means there's probably a lot of just nastiness all up in there. Time to bust out the Sun Joe, rake it up, and mow it. Which is the next step, mow again. Mow all that nastiness up. The next step is to aerate. The cool thing is, my dad's helping me today, so he's gonna bust out the budget aeration tool, and I'm gonna bust out the aeration boots. After you aerate, it's time to lay down the pre-emergent. We use Tenacity. Tenacity is awesome because it's going to prevent from future weeds coming up for the next couple weeks, as well as kill any crabgrass. I saw a couple crabgrass patches and some clover, so it'll kill all that off. My favorite lawn soil, Scott's brand lawn soil, is the best. This stuff has starter fertilizer already in it. It is awesome. We're gonna lay this stuff down. I bought about 10 bags for the 600 square feet we're working with. You're gonna put it down. You're gonna break up the clumps with either a rake or a tiller dealio, and then we're gonna golf rake it in, get everything level, make sure that blades of grass are sticking up, and you're good to go. After laying down the soil, I bust out the lawn roller to get any loose soil just compacted in, and then it's time to seed. Now, the lawn seed I'm gonna go with, I actually saw at the other store, the previous store we went to the day before. It's the Scott's brand fall mix, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, these guys know how to dial this stuff down. Why not go with what they're recommending during the current season? So let's give it a shot. We are only working with 600 square feet, so this little bag, the 1200 square foot bag, is perfectly fine. To be honest with you, I'm probably going to use the whole thing just to get a good amount of coverage, because in the back I did the recommendation and I needed more, so might as well lay it on heavy. And then I also bought that sun and shade mix just in case there's patches once it starts thriving. Knock this out as much as we can. We are already losing light as we speak. Now, you may be asking yourself, why the rush, YardBrah? Well, the rush is it's gonna rain for 5 days in a row starting at 9 p.m. So I wanted to get this project in before it started raining, get some free water. You know, free water is the best water. So that's why I'm in a rush, and I didn't want to wait another 5 days before I started this guy. Plus, it's already getting late into the season. Yeah, time to start this. Okay, the video's getting a little bit dark. As you can see, I'm running around like a crazy person trying to get this stuff in. I'm working with low light. Oh, rushing your projects is not the best thing, but hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do because it's gonna rain for 5 days, and I don't wanna be sitting here waiting for 5 days to do it when I could be waiting 5 days for seed to germinate. After you lay down the seed, lightly rake it in, lawn roller again. Get that good soil to seed contact. Okay, it looks like we're gonna do this in the dark. So the next step is to add peat moss on top of your seed that you lightly raked in. You rolled it again. Now it's time to add the peat moss. Again, 600 square feet. We used 1 full bag of peat moss and then a little bit from the second bag. But as you can see, it is dark AF and we can't see anything. All right, so we did all the steps today. We're losing daylight. We lost daylight, but my dad and I knocked that out in about an hour and a half. It was a lot of work, but we did topsoil, we leveled, we did some Tenacity, the pre-emergent. We rolled it in, we did the seed, we rolled it in. What else did we do? And then we peat mossed. It is now 7 o'clock. We started at 5:30. That was a lot of work. Thanks, Dad, for the help. But now we just wait for the rain. It's supposed to rain in about 2 hours. I think I'm just gonna wait for the rain. If not, I'll just water it in later. But yeah, awesome. And just like that, it's raining. Perfect timing. We couldn't have timed this any better. But the whole point of this right now is to show you that you too can knock this out in 2 hours with another person. So if it was just me, I'd say probably 2.5 hours for 600 square feet. And again, I was rushing. 7 o'clock, done. And then you clean up all your stuff. But hey, this is an easy project you can knock out on your day off. Number one, it's fun to go to the hardware store, pick up all your jazz. Number two, getting outside, breathing some fresh air, laying this stuff down, having a project, having something to look forward to, and seeing this grass grow. That's the best feeling in the world. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will give you more updates on what the side strips look like in the future. Gracias. Take it easy.